So yeah, here we go again. Reflections on the road to Durban. With nothing but road ahead and nothing but road behind. Today's reflections, we are in Howick. We're from Howick and we had a beautiful reception. As you see in the short documentary that we're going to do at the end. And from the post, and also we had a nice send-off. You know, we walked with the deputy mayor and the speaker for about 13.5 Ks. It was beautiful to walk with them and have meaningful conversations with them. 13 Ks is a lot. So, the first thing that we noticed about Howick is how clean it is. It's clean, and it's quite functional. You can feel it as Unge and Uti. Things are being run, compared to other municipalities. I'm not going to name any, but we could see that there's a way of doing things here that is different from other municipalities. Now, upon investigation, upon conversation, upon talking to these guys, you realize that first of all, the deputy mayor is quite a young fellow. He's a very young fellow. Their mayor, a guy named Papas, is quite a revolutionary. He's very involved, and he delivers, and he also mentors other mayors around the world. So he's always going around mayors' conferences. I heard that he was in the US, to teach mayors, young mayors in the new Biden administration about being mayors. And he does the same thing locally, They are pushing very hard in terms of their community outreach programs. There's a private school that is fully sponsored for the underprivileged kids that are in the next, the nearest settlements. There's a lot of programs. There's a lot that they're doing. They're very, very involved, and there's a spirit of teamwork. Even the speaker, who's been a councillor for 12 years, also had a lot to say about how they try to keep everybody involved and how they try to balance things. And they're saying it's a balancing act. It's very important. It's very difficult, and although it's important, also it's very impossible to please everyone. But they are constantly working. Even Nati, they were very involved in actually doing the walk with us, And so I started thinking around, as always, so my sister Tile, we start thinking around the fact that youth have been said by all the government members to not be capable. Yeah, they've said that youth is not capable of running such things. And that young people shouldn't be given power because then they're going to misuse it. Here is a practical example where you've got a young black deputy mayor, you've got a vibrant mayor who's running up, who's always posting on social media, who's always communicating with people, who's always there and makes sure that he's available and using his wisdom, his charisma, his charm to engage people and keep them involved. And you've got a team around him that is also doing the same. They're very vibrant, they're very active. It feels like it's actually a corporate, not even a municipality. They have energy, and you see that they've surrounded themselves with people with energy. So, izinto lapha ziyagijima, and you can see which, if you want to work with them, they are open to new ideas, as opposed to, other municipalities that are still functioning in the old way of saying, hey, thank you very much for coming, Siyabonga, take pictures, and then done, publicize something that is not really accurate or true, and also who are too old to have that energy to push and be counselors and be the people that people need to run around. So Howick was a perfect example of what happens when you have youth and energy guided by wisdom in terms of impactful service delivery for its people and its constituents. So I'm reflecting on this and I'm saying it is true. There is an example that we've seen of a community that is working through young people and young strength. And among that people are saying, no, government cannot be run by young people. It's a lie. 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 We have capable young people that can do the work. And we have capable young people that are visionaries. And all people, yes, they can guide us from the comfort of their own homes. But right now, we are in a different place, and we really don't think, and they are our grandparents, they are our uncles and aunts. We know they're not really suitable for the times anymore. Sometimes you might find you are there for a certain purpose and a certain time. And maybe their time was to make sure that we transition from apartheid to democracy. But it doesn't mean that they are capable of taking us further into democracy and running with the baton, because their era was making sure they secure that part of the liberation struggle. And now the liberation struggle has evolved. It has evolved beyond them. In fact, and now they're just playing catch up, as opposed to letting us, the younger generation, to actually say, from la, because we do not need old politicians passing out in parliament. We do not need people who are not able to, even use social media, let alone type their own documents or their own speeches, or even deliver them in a way that is sensitive to the times and the diversity of the times. We need people that are in touch, and those people are young people. We're not saying those young people will be perfect, but we're saying that those young people will then be able to take us a step further than what we already have. So those are my reflections. Let youth do its thing. Let young people do their thing, and let us grow as a country. Let's trust in the future. Let's trust in the investments that we've made as a country in our youth. And let the youth also find solutions for the other youth. Let the middle age find solutions for the youth, because they've been exposed to most of the things that the young people are exposed to right now. And they are more connected, or we are rather more connected. If you're 40 years old, you were born in the 80s. You were born in 1982. So meaning that you've gone through the 90s, and you've seen the 2000s, and now you have a grasp of all the technological advancements that have happened, all the world shifts, the political and economic shifts that have been major to where we are right now. So therefore, there's an understanding of what needs to be done, and also the racial shifts as well, and dynamics, because we probably would have spent more time dealing with other races than our older generations. So we understand the dynamics and the thinking and the cultural differences and the nuances that are attached to that. So therefore, who better than to take the baton and run with it? But anyway, these are my thoughts right now. We are headed to Pietermaritzburg in Yinde, and we hope the rest of the journey will be as fruitful as it has been. Away. He's the downslope. Yeah, it's the downslopes. Head of Cool Dads Foundation, the guy behind this thing. Very motivational, a guy who's making a difference in the community. A guy who said, I'm going to walk away from politics and work on civic development and develop the people around me, because that's how I can make a difference and an impact. And he's a perfect example of what we can do with our civic capabilities and expertise. No one is perfect here, but we are trying. And that's the message that I keep pushing, that we don't need to be perfect. We don't need to have everything. We just need to try. So yeah, I look forward to posting this, and I will keep you posted on the journey as we move along. Light and love, sisonke aware, and ukhumbule njengendaba yase-escort. Kuthiwa if uhlale escort ungadli escort wena udliwa yini. Konje thina seMoy River.
Kanti futhi ke thina siMoy ngoba sigijima ngama river.
Yeah.
eMoy River.
eMoy River. Signing out bafethu and ladies. Peace.